Okay, so this comes, Meg Thee Stallion accuses Klay Thompson of cheating on her in her IG story. Cheating had me around your whole family playing house, get cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. Yeah, okay. See, here's the thing, bro. This is why I tell you guys all the time that, like, are very stupid and they lack the ability to, like, understand where they stand in the pecking order, right? And this is a phenomenon that I've, like, it's really a marvelous phenomenon, chat. If I'm going to be honest with you, it really is a marvelous phenomenon. And the phenomenon is simply this. From all the women that I've spoken to, it's actually scary, yet also interesting, yet also kind of ominous. You know, it's indicative of like an ominous future for us about how women behave, okay? During the course of my going on 6 years of talking to women as a professional, I've come to realize that there are some certain traits that regardless of a woman's background or status or what she does, they all share some very similar characteristics and traits. And one of those is this inability, right, to kind of look at things objectively, right? And let me expand on this. It's very difficult for them to be honest with themselves and look at things objectively. And worse yet, they don't really see where they stand in the pecking order when it comes to the sexual marketplace, right? Man, we kind of have an idea of where we stand. If you don't get, you're not going to walk around and say you're a 10 as a guy. You're just not going to do that because you don't have the real life proof of reinforcement, right? You don't have the proof to reinforce that belief that you're a 10. So like men are typically a lot more accurate in their assessment when they size themselves up in the sexual marketplace. Unfortunately for women, they have an inability to do this.
There's truth here. Social media absolutely changes people's perception of their value. When someone constantly gets attention online, they can start believing every option is a serious relationship option. But attention and commitment are not the same thing.
And I'm going to be charitable. The reason why women have an inability to do this is because they don't get real signals. They don't get authentic feedback, right? Imagine this. Your entire life, you were told you were a princess. You've been rejected maybe once or twice in your lifetime, sometimes zero if you're hot enough. Men have always fawned over you to a degree. You've been able to get mostly what you want. When men in real life aren't doing it for you, you're able to get to the internet and get some attention. So what this has done is it's like really skewed women's perception of reality. And I've always said this, I'm going to say this again. Women don't take L's very well. They do not take L's very well. Why? Because when you've lived a life for 20, 30, 40 years, and you've been able to get over on almost every man you've dated, or you've been able to finesse to a degree where you've been able to always ensure that you're satisfied by the man while he might not necessarily. All the men that you friend zoned, right? When you take an L, it's very painful. You use the Tinder swindler, for example. When a woman finesses a man, no one bats an eye. But when a man finesses a woman, it's national news. It's a Netflix series. You guys saw the girl yesterday on the show. She cried on air because some guy finessed her for like 30K, right? Now, even though that's horrible and it sucks, the point I'm trying to make here is that women simply are just not used to taking L's. They can't really dish what they give out. The rejection that they openly give all the time to men, they can't necessarily take it themselves. Being used like men are all the time, they can't really take that.
Now this part is partly true but exaggerated. Most men experience more rejection in dating than women do, especially average men. So yes, women often experience dating differently. But saying women can't handle rejection at all is just emotional exaggeration.
And it comes from years and years of indoctrination and an overinflated sense of self-worth. What I've realized is that most women chronically overvalue their sexual market value by 2 to 3 points. Let's say a woman's average, right? A 5. Cute, not ugly. She could definitely, get some attention. Most 5s will easily inflate their ego and say that they're an 8 or a 7. Hell, sometimes a 10. And since women have an overinflated sense of self-worth, when reality smacks them, it hurts a lot. Now that you guys understand the female thought process, right, and the concept of an overinflated sense of self-worth, which has been honestly exacerbated by the internet, now we can tackle Meg Thee Stallion, okay? Now, Meg Thee Stallion, as you guys know, is a female rapper that famously was involved in the situation with Tory Lanez. She was a star witness that got him arrested, ruined his career, and honestly, she's been getting quite a bit of heat for it. She started dating Klay Thompson, who is a professional NBA player, and they had like this little, internet romance. Now, Meg Thee Stallion, she thinks that since she's famous, she's on the same level of this guy, Klay Thompson. But one thing that black women, wealthy women, successful women don't really understand is that when you're dating a guy that has money or status, they don't really care about your status like that.
Here's where modern dating gets interesting. A woman's fame does not automatically make men value her the same way women value successful men. Men and women often look for different things in relationships. That's reality.
They really don't. And then what's more, Meg Thee Stallion is known to be a Okay, so what I assume happened was Klay Thompson sold her the dream, saw where he can go with it, had a little bit of fun, and now he kind of wants to play the field a bit and have other women. Now, he should have been honest from the beginning and said, yo, I want to have multiple girlfriends, but a lot of guys don't have the game or the sexual market value to pull that off, right? Let's just be honest here. And her being a celebrity, even though she shouldn't get mad at him having other chicks, the fact that she's a celebrity, her ego will not allow that. So this is where this stupid tweet comes from, or this post. She's angry because she got played, and women aren't used to getting played.
Now this is important. If a man wants multiple women, he should say that from the beginning. A lot of dating problems happen because people promise commitment while secretly wanting freedom.
But she's keenly unaware that her sexual market value is low. It is what it is. So this angry post, literally confirms what we've already known. Most men have an inflated sense of self-worth, and celebrities like Meg Thee Stallion have an even worse sense of this. This is why she's lashing out like this. So let me go ahead and, from what I understand, I think TMZ did something on this.
Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson are going their separate ways. On April 25th, the rapper takes to her Instagram stories to call out the NBA.
Yeah, she's a lot of guys, Meg Thee Stallion, bro. So I know that shit was probably pissing this nigga off a little bit, bro. I'm telling you, man, he probably watched some Fresh and Fit and got red pilled, man. So this, bro.
Player for his alleged infidelity. The message reads, cheating, had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet.
Yeah, he didn't want to commit to you because he saw how you did Tory and he knows that you're and he's not trying to ruin his image, dude. A lot of guys are slowly getting red pilled, man. It's a beautiful sight to see. It really is.
Putting you down through all of your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous.
And I don't and the fact that she's putting all this out is kind of why do you got to put that out that the nigga has mood swings? Is that necessary?
I need a real break after this one. The rapper also tells E! News in an April 25th statement, I've made the decision to end my relationship.
What she should have done was shut the up, let him have multiple women. You probably would have taken her seriously if she allowed it, by the way, chat. FYI. See, are so dumb. Dude, if a girl is smart, all she needs to do is literally get with a guy, be submissive, don't be a pain in the help him get bro, that nigga not going nowhere, man. Bro, oh my God. That guy's not going nowhere, dude. If your guy wants to have other women, right? Just accept that shit. Now, I know a lot of girls don't have the heart for it, but if you can figure out how to be okay with that shit and help him get man, I don't think your guy's gonna leave you, man. Give it 1,000. Bro, man. Someone said, I'm broke, man. No one wants to share. Yeah. You can't do this if you're a brokey. Chat. Disclaimer. Hold on. For all the frying the back niggas. This only works if you have money, by the way. Sorry. You have to have substantially higher status than the woman for this to work. Okay? I think that's a no-brainer, but I guess sometimes I still gotta express this shit out. The problem with Meg Thee Stallion is she still thinks she deserves monogamy when she doesn't. That's her problem. She has an overinflated sense of self-worth because she looks at it I'm a famous rapper. You better be loyal to me. That's not how this works. He has way more leverage than you do. He could date more women than you can date men. Okay, bruh? Sorry. He has more viable options than you do.
This is where people get emotional, but let's be honest. High-status people usually have more options in dating. That applies to celebrities, athletes, influencers, everyone. But having options doesn't automatically mean someone should cheat or avoid commitment. That's the part these conversations skip. Modern dating is becoming more about leverage, status, and ego instead of stability and compatibility. That's why so many relationships fail today. But I want to know what you think. Was he speaking facts or going too far?